Our next speaker this evening is Loren Hansen. I love his specificity. For his hype song, it would be All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled, featuring artists T-Pain, Ludacris, Snoop Dogg, and Rick Ross. Also, and I will back him up on this, and somebody correct me if I say the word wrong because I always do, and my family is aggressively vegan, which makes it worse. Seitan wings? Is that right? Yes! All right, Seitan wings at City O City. So yeah, you should try them. Even as a non-vegan vegetarian, obviously we know this. You don't have to be a vegetarian or vegan to enjoy vegetarian and vegan food. Thank you for coming to my Ignite Spark. That is not an Ignite Spark. Loren is going to tell you all about voting, which got me really fired up. And he knows I'm actually voting this time around, which frequently I forget in these odd years. So please welcome Loren.
5 years and 1 beer to go. I voted in my first election in the state of Colorado, in the great county of Arapahoe County, the home of John Kerry and the death place of the Colorado cannibal, Alfred Packer. I love Colorado and the ease that it gives for you to vote. You get your ballot mailed to you, you can put it back in a drop box, you can put it at a polling place, you can even mail it back in. And it's such a wonderful thing. But I was just thinking to myself, how could we improve elections in our own city? In Denver, a city with 85% turnout in the presidential election last year. And the thing that I thought about was the state where we have lovers and tobacco from, Virginia. Virginia votes for their state house races in odd years. So they often have very low turnout, as evidenced by the purple bars in the odd years, for some of the most important elections that they have over the course of their election cycles. But what does this have to do with Denver? I already said we have 85% turnout. We have a ton of easy ways to vote in Colorado that Virginians don't necessarily have. However, we have even lower turnout than Virginia in elections, with it being a record high in 2019 of 40%, half of who voted in the 2020 elections. And we vote for a lot of things in off-year elections. The entire mayor and city council is voted for in off-year elections. We vote for bond packages, which range from anything from spending in schools to spending on stadiums. And the voters in off-year elections aren't necessarily representative of Denverites as a whole. It's more affluent voters. It's people that are over the age of 65 in a city that is much younger on an average for that election. But why don't people vote? It's distrust in local government. Whether it's, the back dealing and wheeling and dealing that politicians do, to the folks that are inherently anti-government as a principle. And that often causes voting not to happen. Fatigue. You vote in November, you have Thanksgiving, argue with your family, you wake up hungover on New Year's Day, and then your uncle tries to take over the Capitol, and you have to vote again. That's a frustrating thing, honestly. So what's being done in Denver to change that? One great thing that will be done and is on the ballot is moving elections from May to April to allow more time to vote in runoffs in odd year elections. But there are other ways to do this. Other cities that have bad pollution, like Denver, that have bad traffic, like Denver, like Los Angeles, for instance, have done things. The thing that they did was they moved their elections from odd year to even year, and as you can see, they quadrupled their turnout, using Kevin Bacon's star as a point of reference in 2020. How could we do that in Denver, though? We can use something called an initiated ordinance, which is essentially a citizen-led ballot measure to change these election times. And these are the kind of measures that you'll see people that are, doing surveys in front of King Soopers doing. The kind of person that like hangs out outside of a concert and tries to get you to sign something. Those are things that are powerful that could change election years from odd to even. But while we still have odd year elections, just remember to tell your friends that an election is going on, because there are 13 ballot measures at the local level and 3 at the state level. These are things that matter to people. And just to give you perspective, this mailbox is about 4 blocks away from here. So if you have your ballot, you can turn it in right here. But it's just important because this is all really close and really easy to do on off year elections. So just want to let you guys know, you want to vote on or before November 2nd in 2021, before 7 p.m. on election night if you're in line in a polling place. And then remember to vote in the midterm elections. If you want to have more information about who I am and where I'm at, my name's Loren. You'll probably see me in a bike helmet and on a bike throughout Denver. That's my email. That's my Instagram. And then that's my Twitter. And go vote. Please.